Hello.
Good morning, guys. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, what was the last concept we were discussing yesterday?
Properties of notebook.
Yeah. Yeah. So we discussed till dot product of vectors, right? And their properties. Did we see the properties?
Yes, yes.
Right. Okay. Today what we'll see is, see, suppose A vector is given as A1 I cap plus A2 j cap plus A3 k cap, and B vector is given as B1 I cap plus B2 j cap plus B3 k cap. Okay. Now, suppose we are supposed to do the dot product between them. A vector dot B vector, then it is going to be A1 I cap plus A2 j cap plus A3 k cap dot B1 I cap plus B2 j cap plus B3 k cap. Right. So here you have three terms, and here you have three terms. Right. Now, if you multiply these three terms with these three terms, what are you going to get? You're going to get 9 terms, right? So what are those 9 terms going to be? If I take A vector dot B vector, it is going to be A1 into B1 into I cap dot I cap. Just give me, guys, can you give me 5 minutes time? I'll just go to another place and take class. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is it better now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good. So when we do the dot product between A vector and B vector, right, we get A1 B1 into I cap dot I cap plus A1 B2 into I cap dot J cap plus A1 B3 into I cap dot K cap. Right. Am I right? Similarly, A2 B1 J cap dot I cap plus A2 B2 J cap dot J cap plus A2 B3 J cap dot K cap. Similarly, I'll have A3 B1 K cap dot I cap plus A3 B2 K cap dot J cap plus A3 B3 K cap dot K cap. Right. So I'm going to get 9 terms in total. So out of the 9 terms, we need to see which terms are going to exist and which one will get eliminated. Make a note till this point. Done. If you see, what is I cap dot I cap? I cap dot I cap is 1.
1.
Similarly, I cap dot J cap is 0. I cap dot K cap is 0 because I and K are perpendicular vectors. I told you, the dot product between perpendicular vectors is a 0. Similarly, J dot I is a 0, J dot K is a 0. K dot I is a 0, K dot J is a 0. So what are you left out with? You're left out with A1 B1 into I cap dot I cap, A2 B2 into J cap dot J cap, and A3 B3 into K cap dot K cap. So what will the answer be? A1 B1 into I cap dot I cap is 1 plus A2 B2 into J cap dot J cap is also 1 plus A3 B3 into K cap dot K cap is also 1. So to put it simple, whenever they give you the vectors in the standard form, A1 I cap plus A2 J cap plus A3 K cap, and you do the dot product between those two vectors which are in the standard form, the result you get is basically the product of the corresponding coefficients and the sum of, that is A1 into B1, A1 into B1 plus A2 into B2 plus A3 into B3. Are you able to understand? So directly you can do the dot product. Next time onward, you need not do this whole procedure. This is only to understand what will be the output. For example, if they give you a vector like this, A vector is equal to 2I cap plus J cap minus K cap. B vector is equal to I cap plus J cap minus K cap. Suppose they give you something like this, then what will you do with A vector dot B vector? You will get 2 into 1, which is 2, plus 1 into 1, which is going to be 1, plus minus 1 into minus 1. Answer will be 2 plus 1 plus 1. Answer will be 4. You're clear with this? So this is how it works. Okay, now you can make a note of this. Done. So done with this. No. See, actually, I was supposed to give you the video. I missed it. So for the cross product of vectors, right, the next concept is going to be cross product of vectors, which is given like this. A vector cross B vector is given as magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector into sine theta times you write something like this, which is called as n cap. So write it as magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector into sine theta times n cap, where n cap is a unit vector perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. Okay. So unlike the dot product of vectors, where you get the output to be a scalar quantity, here for cross product of vector, you get the output to be a vector quantity. That is the reason why you have that n cap. I'll tell you how to find that n cap. Okay. So basically it says A vector cross B vector is equal to magnitude of the first vector into magnitude of the second vector times sine theta times n cap. Okay. Now, I'll tell you how to find n cap. Right? How to find n cap. Suppose there are two vectors like this, A vector and B vector. Okay. Let's say one vector is like this. This is A vector and this is B vector. Suppose I ask you to do A vector cross B vector, then the order is very important. Here, the point to be noted is order is very important. Meaning, A vector cross B vector is not the same as B vector cross A vector. Okay. So A vector cross B vector is not the same as B vector cross A vector. So listen to this carefully. When you do A cross B, right? So it is first, this is second. Okay. So in this case, this is A vector and this is B vector. I would suggest you guys also to do this activity from your side so that you'll understand it better. You can keep all your pen down. If at all you have two pens, right, I'll tell you how to hold them. Take two pens in your hand. It's a very, very important activity. Right? You take two pens, and whenever you take a pen, the direction in which the cap is there is the arrow mark. Okay. So, okay. Now keep them like this. Like this. So the one which is horizontal, is taken to be A vector. Okay. So keep it in the way like I drew it in the diagram. A vector to your, 1 minute. A vector to your left. Correct. Sai Shankar, show me. Correct. See, Sai Shankar, just flip it. This side, horizontally flip it.
Sir, for me, this is the left.
No, I'm wrong actually. See, look at the diagram. It is to the right. Yeah. So exactly like how you're looking at the diagram. Raghav, you kept it right. Correct. You also flip it. It is to your right. Correct. So basically keep the horizontal to your right. So the one which is see, for example, Sai Shankar, you have that V7 pen, right? That is A vector. For you, this pencil is A vector. I don't know about.
Sir, I have it on my notebook. Sir.
Okay, you have it on your notebook. That's fine. Okay, so that is A vector. So whenever we say A vector cross B vector, no, from the first vector, you need to take a turn towards the second vector. I repeat it. From the first vector, you need to take a turn towards the second vector in the shortest direction possible. Meaning, you guys are looking at it like this, no? This is A vector, the one to your right, and this is B vector. So if you want to do A vector cross B vector, no, you need to fix the position of the second vector. You need to fix the position of the second vector, that is this one. And this pencil is there, no? You start rotating. See, when I say rotating, no, you can either rotate it in the anti-clockwise direction with respect to you or clockwise direction. Okay. So when you rotate it in the anti-clockwise direction, you will be able to meet B faster. Am I right? So whenever you're doing cross product, you need to keep the position of the second vector fixed. Take the first vector and rotate it towards the second vector in the shortest direction possible. So in this case, in which direction will you rotate? So my B is fixed. With respect to you, what direction is this?
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise, right? Now have this in your mind. Meaning, in this scenario, if I'm doing A cross B, A is rotating towards B in the anti-clockwise direction. Have this in your mind. Okay. Now you need to take your right hand and just curl the fingers of your right hand in the anti-clockwise direction and extend the thumb. In which direction is it facing? Is it facing towards you or away from you?
Towards us.
Towards us. So anything towards you is considered to be positive. Meaning, in this case, if you do this A vector cross B vector, no, that n cap I told you, right? That n cap I told you, which is a unit vector which is perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. I've written it there. So this thumb is what is that n cap. Are you able to understand? See, A vector is like this, B vector is like this. The thumb, if you see, right, it is perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. Makes sense? But why I told you order is very important here is, repeat the same activity for B vector cross A vector. So when I say B vector cross A vector, this is the first vector, this is the second vector. What did I tell you? Keep the position of which vector fixed?
Second.
Second vector fixed and rotate the first vector towards the second vector in
The shortest.
shortest direction possible. So rotate and see. Keep the like however you kept in the previous case, keep it like that and then try to rotate it. So you need Raghav, mistake is you're rotating A vector. You need to rotate B vector. I told you, no, keep the position of the second vector fixed.
So then the thumb will be inward now, sir.
It is into the plane. That is why when you do A cross B, if you get a positive value, when you do B cross A, you get a negative value.
Because it is in the clockwise direction.
నేను blur చేసి. Yeah. Sorry, Da. What were you saying?
No, sir, you told it is a negative because it will
Because of
be
clockwise rotation. Because of clockwise rotation.
Okay.
So basically, I told you about the right hand. No, this is called as the right hand thumb rule. You rotate the fingers of your right hand and extend the thumb. See, it is something that you would have done for magnetic field in your 10th grade. When they ask you to find the direction, right? You keep the thumb's direction fixed in the direction of current and then rotate the finger. No, you are doing the reverse. You're first rotating and then extending the thumb. Are you able to understand?
Sir, if it is in clockwise direction, like how will we do?
Which one is clockwise?
B vector cross A vector.
Okay, B vector. So when it is clockwise, take your right hand and curl the fingers in the clockwise direction. So it is pointing opposite to what we pointed in the previous case. No?
Okay.
Got it? See, I'll give you a simple logic. See, there's something I've explained. I'll show you. So you take your water bottle whenever you forget this concept, right? So whenever something is rotate, whenever you curl the fingers of your right hand in anti-clockwise direction, it is positive. Whenever you curl the fingers of your right hand in clockwise direction, it is negative. How to remember is, do you have water bottle beside you? Yeah, everybody? You have a water bottle, right? So can you take it? So if you see, if you want to open the water bottle, right? In which direction, when you see from the top, in which direction are you going to rotate?
Anti-clockwise.
So you're going to rotate it in the anti-clockwise direction. So when you rotate it anti-clockwise, is the cap coming towards you or away from you?
Towards this.
So anything towards you is positive.
Okay.
So whereas when you close the water bottle, right, in which direction are you rotating it? You're rotating it in the clockwise direction. So anything clockwise is away from you. That is the reason why in this case, what is happening is when you do B cross A, when you curl the fingers of your right hand, they are pointing away from you. Similarly, when you do A cross B, they are pointing towards you. Okay, so the concept that I explained now is called as Maxwell's corkscrew rule. Okay, which is also one of the concepts that can be used to find the direction of n cap. The reason I'm stressing on this much is many people get confused. This cross product has a lot of applications in your 12th standard. So don't forget the basics. Okay, make a note of this. Whatever I told, just make a note of all the points that I told. I'll give you a minute time. So I told you in words, no, keep the position of the second vector fixed, rotate the first vector towards the second vector in shortest direction. Make a note of all those points. Santosh, are you there?
Yes, I just noted it down.
Yeah. So can you just switch on the video as well?
Yes, sir, 1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah, good. So I hope I'm clear with this, right? Now, I'm going to put some basic questions. You're going to think, okay, you do the activity which I explained, and then you're going to tell me. Suppose I take the orthogonal unit vectors. 1 minute. Okay. So this is I cap, this is J cap, and this is K cap. So whenever I draw it like this, right, it is towards you. Right. Now I'm giving you a question of what is I cap cross J cap. I'll write the point and show you. It is magnitude of I cap into magnitude of J cap into sine of the angle between both. What is the angle?
90.
90.
Sine 90 times. I need to write that n cap, right? What is n cap? N cap is a unit vector which is perpendicular to both I cap and J cap. Right.
K cap.
I want you to do this activity, find out and tell me what is I cross K. Sorry, I cross J. You use those pencils and think and tell me. You can keep those two pencils on your notebook. see what will happen when you do that I cross j. When you do I cross j, which direction are you rotating?
Sir, and anti-clockwise.
So when you rotate it anti-clockwise, you curl the fingers of your right hand in anti-clockwise. The thumb is pointing towards you.
Positive.
So towards you is positive z-axis. So what will be the answer? It will be
K cap.
k cap. So you will get 1 into sine 90 is 1 times k cap. So you get I cap cross j cap as k cap. Whereas, do this j cap cross I cap and tell me what are you going to get?
It will be minus of the same.
It will be minus
Minus K cap.
because it will be minus because from j you want to reach I, you rotate in the clockwise direction.
Clockwise.
With a minus k cap. So answer will be negative of k cap. Are you able to understand? So to put it simple, if you do I cross j, it is going to be k cap. If you do j cross I, it is going to be negative of k cap. Similarly, if I ask you what is I cap cross k cap going to be, think it out. So I cap is like this, k cap is towards you. So keep one vector to your right. Correct. So you are correct. Correct. So see from the top. If you do I cross k, what are you going to get?
It's
Is it
clockwise.
positive j cap also?
Correct.
Clockwise.
It will be clockwise.
Yeah, shortest is this.
So you are making a mistake. You are doing k cross I. I told you to keep the position of second vector fixed. You are rotating the second vector. So when you see from the top, clockwise, sir. So clockwise means take your right hand, curl it in the clockwise direction. In whichever direction you rotated it, when you take clockwise, it is going to be downwards. So I cross k is going to be magnitude of I cap, magnitude of k cap, sine 90 times
K cap. Oh, N cap.
what is downward direction, Ra? See, if this is plus j, this will be minus j, no? Purida. It will be minus j cap. Similarly, do k cross I and c.
Be minus of minus K cap.
Do and see. Logically, that should be the answer, but do and see if it is working.
It is towards the up. Thumb is up. So it is plus.
K cap is like this towards you. I cap is like this. So K cross I means when you see from the top, in which direction are you rotating? Anti-clockwise. So curl the fingers of your right hand in the anti-clockwise direction. Thumb will point in the upward direction. So answer will be
Positive j cap.
positive. So what are the next two combinations that are left out? J cross K and K cross J. So what is J cross K? J is like this, K is towards you. You have to see from this side. J is upward, K is towards you. So curl the fingers and see.
J cross K is anti-clockwise.
From which side are you seeing? If you see from this side, J cross K which side are you seeing from? Are you keeping the pens on the left of your hand or right of your hand?
Left.
Okay, when you keep it left side, right? J cross K is how much? Again, same mistake, da. Correct. Sorry, you're right.
Clockwise.
No, correct. It is anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Now, what will be the direction? This side.
Towards
See, it is like this, da. You need to keep it to your right. Okay. So, I need J cross K. J cross K is clockwise only. J cross K is clockwise. So when you curl the fingers, the thumb is in this direction, which is positive right. Similarly, what is K cross J?
It will be anti-clockwise, so negative.
That's it. Okay. So did you all get the logic of how these answers have actually come? See, J cap and minus J cap, all these things are directions. But you got the magnitude to be 1 because you're performing the cross product between unit vectors. That is why here the magnitude is 1, here the magnitude is 1, here also it is 1. That is why the magnitude comes out to be 1, but direction keeps changing. Every time sitting and doing something like this is a tedious task. So for that, what we have is you put a circle like this, right? Take I, J and K in the anti-clockwise direction. So you write I, J, K in the anti-clockwise direction. When you do I cross J, you get K cap. When you do J cross K, you get I cap. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? When you do I cross J, when you come in the anti-clockwise direction, when you do I cross J, you get K cap. When you do J cross K, you get I cap. When you do K cross I, you get J cap. Whereas if you do anything in the anti-clockwise direction is going to be positive. Whereas when you do J cross I, it is going to be negative. Whenever you're going to do K cross J, it is going to be negative. Whenever you're going to do I cross K, that is also going to be negative. Am I clear with what I mentioned? So when you do the cross product between I and J, the output will be K because K is perpendicular to both I and J. When you do J cross K, what will you get? You will get I. But only thing is, if you do J cross K, you will get plus I. If you do K cross J, you will get minus I. That's the only difference. Am I clear with this? Now, having said this, if I take two vectors in this format, if I say A vector is equal to A1 I cap plus A2 J cap plus A3 K cap and B vector is equal to B1 I cap plus B2 J cap plus B3 K cap. Suppose I take them to be in this format. Then if I need to do A vector cross B vector, then what will I get? I'll get A1 I cap plus A2 J cap plus A3 K cap cross B1 I cap plus B2 J cap plus B3 K cap. So again, 3 terms into 3 terms, I'm going to get 9 terms. So what are they going to be? They will be A1 B1 into I cap cross I cap. Similarly, tell me A1 B2 into I cap cross J cap and A1 B3 into I cap cross K cap. Similarly, A2 B1 into J cap cross I cap plus A2 B2 into J cap cross J cap plus A2 B3 into J cap cross K cap. Then I'll have A3 B1 into K cap cross I cap plus A3 B2 into K cap cross J cap plus A3 B3 into K cap cross K cap. Am I right? So tell me which vectors will get cancelled. The cross product between the same vectors is going to be a 0. Why?
I cap.
Because the angle between them is
0.
0. Sine 0 is the
Sine 90 is
no sine 0.
sine 0 is equal to.
So this will be 0, this will be 0, and this will be 0. So in the case of dot product, what happened is only the diagonal elements existed. Whereas the cross product, the diagonal elements get cancelled out. Okay. So now what we are left out with is A1 B2 into you're left out with I cap cross J cap. Just now I told you what is I cross J. K cap plus A1 B3. What is I cross K?
Minus J.
Plus A2 B1 into J cross I.
Minus K.
Plus A2 B3 into J cross K.
Minus.
J cross K will be I. Then A3 B1 K cross I.
The positive J.
Correct. Plus A3 B2 K cross J clockwise.
Minus I.
Negative.
Okay. Now the logic is very simple. If you see everything is a combination of AB, look at the subscript. So if A1 B2 is K cap, then A2 B1 will be minus K cap. Similarly, if A1 B3 is minus J cap, A3 B1 will be plus J cap. Similarly, A2 B1 is negative K cap. Sorry. A2 B3 is I cap, then A3 B2 will be negative of I. Okay. So what you will actually get is, if you collect all the I terms, then you will have A2 B3 minus A3 B2 times I cap plus A1 B3 minus, okay, I'll take the minus sign outside, minus of A1 B3 minus A3 B1 times J cap plus A1 B2 minus A2 B1 times K cap. So this is going to be the output of cross product. If you see, output is a vector quantity. Hence we call it as vector product of two vectors. Okay, but again, you need not remember this thing. Rather, you will put two lines like this and write. Tell me.
Why do we put minus before the A1?
I'll tell you. See, if suppose they give you A vector is equal to A1 I cap plus A2 J cap plus A3 K cap, and they give B vector is equal to B1 I cap plus B2 J cap plus B3 K cap. Suppose they ask you A vector cross B vector, this is first, this is second, remember that. So you will put two lines like this, then you will write I cap, J cap and K cap. In the second line, that is a second row, horizontals are called rows, verticals are called as columns. So in the second row, you will write the coefficients of the first vector, that is A1, B1, sorry,
A2.
A1, A2, A3. In the third line, you will write B1, B2. Am I clear with this? Now, after writing this, what you're supposed to do is, with a pencil, initially till you get used to it, no, put a plus sign here, minus sign here, and plus sign here. So start with the I cap. So once you write I cap, no, then you need to hide, listen to this carefully, then you need to hide the corresponding row and the corresponding column. You will hide it like this. When you hide it like this, what are you able to see? You are able to see A2, A3, B2, B3, no? So what you will do is, you will do the cross multiplication between them and subtract them. And when you do the cross multiplication, always start from the left. So what you'll do is, you'll write A2B3 minus A3B2. So left to right, A2B3 minus A3B2. Am I clear with this point? So you started with I cap to be plus because you put a plus here. For J cap, what is there on the top? You have minus. So you start with minus J cap, open a bracket. Now what you're supposed to do is, hide the corresponding row where J cap is there and hide the corresponding column. So what are you able to see? A1, A3, B1, B3. So you will write it as A1, B3 minus A3. So left to right, right to left. Clear with this? Now, this is over. Okay. Then what you have K cap has a plus sign on top of it. So you'll put plus K cap into, hide the corresponding row and the corresponding column of it. Then you will have A1, B2 minus A2, B1. That's it. So if you compare this with this, right, they both will exactly be the same. You can check and see. Are they not the same? A to B3 minus A to B3, sorry, A3 B2 I cap minus J cap into A1 B3 minus A3 B1 plus K cap into A1 B2 minus A2 B. Right. So instead of we sitting and multiplying everything, you can go with this kind of solving, where this is called as determinant method. Called as determinant method. This idea is borrowed from the concept of matrix, because you are arranging them in rows and columns. Am I clear with this? Done?
Yes, sir.
Shall I proceed?
Yeah.
Suppose there is a question given like this. So I repeat, you need not remember this also. This is not supposed to be remembered. If you remember how to write it in this format, that itself will automatically help you to solve the problem. So I'm giving you a question like this. A vector is equal to I cap plus J cap minus K cap. B vector is equal to minus I cap minus J cap minus K. Okay. Find A vector cross B vector and B vector cross A vector. So how will you find is using the determinant method. Do it. One point I would like to remind you is,
Sir,
first row,
for like if I find A vector cross B vector, then can I just write B vector cross A vector is minus of?
you first find it out, then you will understand why it is minus. I told you it is minus, but you have to validate. No? So first row is always I cap, J cap, K cap. Second row, you should write the first vector. That is, if A vector is coming first, that is the first. Okay, be careful with that and then do and tell me what is the answer. Let's see if everybody's answer is matching. Anybody with the answer?
Yes, sir, one minute.
Sir, A cross B is minus 2 I cap plus 2 J cap. 2 J cap. And B cross A is 2 I cap minus 2 J cap.
Yes, sir. Got it.
So is this the answer everyone is getting? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I need not do it. Right. So this is about the cross product of vectors. Am I clear with this?
Sir, could you give a bit more examples?
See, if force vector is equal to I cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap Newton, and R vector is equal to j cap minus k cap plus I cap. Okay. Then find the torque, which is given as R vector cross F vector. So torque formula is R vector cross F vector. Find out and tell me the answer.
Sir, minus I cap plus 2 J cap plus K cap.
Come again.
Uh,
Minus I cap.
minus I cap plus 2 J cap plus K cap.
Okay. What about others?
Sir, I'm getting minus 2j cap.
Okay. So is this the way you wrote? I cap, J cap, K cap.
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, minus 3. And what did you write at the bottom?
1 minus 1 minus 1. Sir, minus 3.
Sir,
One?
it's R into F, right?
Okay. R cross F. Okay.
So I did.
So F you wrote 1, 2, minus 3. What did you write for R?
So I wrote 1, 1 and minus 1.
Yes, sir, 1, 1 and minus.
Yes. Because what is the change I made in the question? It's not in the order. Right. So then you will have I cap into minus 3 plus 2 minus 1 minus j cap into minus 3 plus 1. It is minus 2 plus k cap into 2 minus 1 2. So answer will be minus I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k.
Yes.
This is what you got.
Yes, sir.
So this is what is the required torque. Okay. Next.
Sir, is K not 2 minus 1?
2 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, no? Yeah. Okay, now it's fine. So P vector is equal to I cap plus J cap minus 3K cap. And R vector is equal to 2I cap minus 2J cap plus K cap. Find angular momentum, which is given as R vector cross P vector. P vector is linear momentum. Angular momentum is represented with the symbol L. So find out.
Five I cap plus 7J cap plus 4K cap, I think, sir.
How much are you getting? 5?
5 I cap plus 7 J cap plus
7J cap plus 4K
4K
cap.
cap and plus 4K cap.
Plus 4. Right, that's right. Okay, since everyone is getting the same answer, not checking it. So this is all about vectors completely. Right. So what I'll do is this week you will be having an
Sir,
assignment.
what about like the n cap and the sine theta? How to find the theta angle?
I'll tell you all those things. So
Okay.
what I'll do is I'll give an assignment which are based on the basics of these vectors and the mathematical operations.
Sir,
Okay.
the previous week we got an assignment regarding units and measurements, which you.
Okay, that was a mistake actually. I'll tell.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell the team. So you will have this thing because units and measurements, it happened for the other batch. Maybe that is the reason it came for your batch also. Don't worry about it. I started with the mathematical this part, right? So I'll give you questions based on those topics.
Okay, sir.
Okay, very basic problems. So try to solve them. Next week, what I'll do is next class, I'll be solving an assignment completely based on vectors. At that point, I'll tell you how to think. I want you to revise all these concepts and come before that. Make your basics strong. So next week, we'll solve around 25 to 30 problems completely based on vectors only.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then we'll go to the next chapter. Maybe so Thursday we'll have a class. Then Friday we'll be starting off with units and measurements.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then we'll go in the order of the textbook itself. Now your basics are built. Only thing is you need to make it more strong by revising it. So everybody got the study material, right?
Yes, sir.
You got it?
Yes, I got
So
it.
you have all these concepts in your study material. So you have vector algebra is a part of 4th chapter. It's there in motion in a plane, the second part of it. Okay, motion in a plane, first part of it. Motion in a plane, you will have the first part as vectors. You will have some example problems also based on it. You first solve them. You make your basics strong. Next week, when I solve, I'll solve slightly tougher problems so that you will understand things better. Okay. And I need to explain you the concept of resolution of vectors as well, but resolution I'll explain it when I come to the motion in a plane. Okay. So any other questions?
Sir, is there any way we can get access to these notes? I almost copied everything, but still, so.
Access to the notes, it will be there in the study material tab.
Okay, sir.
Not the study material tab, which is there outside. You know where the videos are now, right? You saw.
Yeah, sir, I got to know that.
I think you messaged.
I just have to click my batch and I'll just
go to the batch. In that video section. Beside videos, you will have study materials tab. There, the notes for mathematical physics is also present. You can have a look.
Okay.
Okay. Clear, guys? So yeah, so that's all from my side for today. Next class we'll discuss all those. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
See you guys.
Thank you, sir.